What are the best exercises for your lacking body parts? In this video, I'll be comparing the most popular exercises versus the ones that are less known but more effective. I'll be doing this using Jeff Nipper's videos, and at the end, I'll put this in a workout plan for you. Here are the 5 main lacking body parts: your biceps, back, triceps, shoulders, and chest. Number 1, biceps. A lot of people are lacking peak in their bicep. The peak just makes your bicep look tall. Common exercise I see people doing are dumbbell curls. It's easy to do. You can do both arms at the same time, but doing them one arm at a time is slightly worse because of that pause in between rep. But if you do the dumbbell preacher curl, you'll get high tension in a high stretch. We know that having high tension in a high stretch is the best thing for muscle growth. Curl and twist your pinky inwards. Next popular exercise is the incline dumbbell curl. Just like the dumbbell curl, this has no tension in a big stretch, but the Bayesian cable curl puts the long head in a lot of tension in the stretch position. Set the cable at around hand height, take 1 or 2 steps forward, and curl with both arms at the same time. If you don't have the dual stack machine, then you can just do one arm at a time. The standard cable curl is good, but you don't get a big pre-stretch at the bottom because of your arms being at your sides. But if you do the preacher hammer curl, you will be working your brachialis, which pushes your bicep peak up more. This is my number 1 exercise to grow your lacking bicep peak. Number 2, back. You might be lacking the lats in your back. That is why you don't have a V-taper. The V-taper is basically when you have that superhero physique, and that comes from the lats. Most popular for back is wide grip pull-ups. They offer high tension in your back, have very high stretch at the bottom. But the problem is most people have a hard time doing pull-ups. That's because it feels very easy at the bottom and very hard at the top. It's not the smoothest feeling exercise, but they are very good for progression though. You can do body weight pull-ups or assisted pull-ups, or you can also use a weight belt if you want more load. Retract your shoulder blades back and pull your chest up to the bar. But the neutral grip lat pull down will only emphasize your lats. They feel even and smooth. You get entire tension throughout the range of motion and you're stabilized. This is the best exercise to grow your lacking lats. Another popular exercise is the barbell row. I like this one a lot because it gives you a deep back stretch, but the problem is that it's not the most stable exercise because you're using your lower back, glutes, and calves to keep you balanced. But doing the one arm pull down is way more stable if you use an incline bench. They feel really good and smooth. Unlike the barbell row, they keep all the tension to your lats. Plus, working them one arm at a time is great for preventing asymmetries. Another popular exercise that people do is the one arm dumbbell row. They have a good feel, nice stretch at the bottom. They feel even and stable. But the problem is, as you get stronger, you might start to max out the weight rack at your gym, which for most gyms stop at 100 pounds. But the chest supported row is literally my favorite back exercise. It keeps your chest supported on the incline. Your chest being supported allows all the tension to go from the weight to your back. It makes you feel safe and secure. If you don't have the chest supported row machine, you can do the dumbbell Helms row, which you brace your chest on an incline bench, or you can do a seated row machine. Pretty sure every gym has that. The best exercise to grow your lacking back is the chest supported row. The best exercise to grow your lats is the neutral grip lat pull down. Number 3, triceps. Most people are lacking the long head in their triceps because the lateral head and the medial head get work when you're doing pressing movements like bench press and tricep press down. Do overhead tricep exercises because that's where the long head is worked. It causes about 40% more muscle growth than other tricep exercises. The most popular tricep exercise is the rope tricep press down. It works the lateral and medial head over the long head. Pull the cable down and out. But the problem with the rope tricep push down is that since you're using a rope is far less stable and rigid than a bar is. Bar will allow you to do more reps, but if you do the overhead cable tricep extension, you'll put the long head in an overhead position, which will give you a way deeper stretch and keep you stabilized. Next popular tricep exercise is the one arm dumbbell overhead extension. It stretches the long head. One downside of it is that you get a lot of tension at the bottom and less tension at the top. This is a good exercise if you only have dumbbells, but if you use the easy bar skull crusher, And when you arc the bar behind your head instead of stopping at your skull, you'll get super high tension in the high stretch. Using the easy bar eases unwanted strain on your wrist. One last popular exercise is close grip dips. They never really give you a good tricep contraction here because the long head isn't in the overhead position. And a lot of people say it makes their shoulders cranky. But if you do the close grip bench press, the bar will provide you with consistent tension throughout the range of motion. They feel great and you're able to engage your triceps better here compared to dips. The best exercise for your lacking triceps is the overhead cable tricep extension. Number 4, shoulders has 3 heads, but the number one thing people are lacking is the side delts. This is because most people do exercises like shoulder raises and rear delt exercises and totally neglect the side delts. So in this section, I'll mostly be talking about how to develop your side delts, but I'll include the best exercises for your front and rear delts. The side delt gives you that X frame. It makes your shoulders look wide. The most popular side delt exercise is the lateral raises. It's easier to grab dumbbells than to set up cables. Start with the dumbbells in front of you. Raise your arms up about 30 degrees until you're parallel to the ground and come back down slowly. They'll still clearly grow your shoulders, as we can see from real life examples of bodybuilders who grew huge shoulders off them. But they aren't optimal though, because you get zero tension at the bottom when the delts are most stretched. But if you do cable lateral raises, you'll get tension throughout the entire range of motion. They feel even and smooth as long as you set the cable at around hand height. This is my number 1 exercise to grow your lacking side delts. Now my number 1 exercises for the front and rear delts. The machine shoulder press is better than the dumbbell press because you'll get a deeper stretch, and since the machine works to keep you stabilized, you'll be able to push the failure more. The best exercise to grow your rear delts is the reverse cable crossover. This is because they have amazing stretch on the rear delts, and you can alternate which arms you cross over at the top, which avoids any muscle imbalances. A popular rear delt exercise is the rope face pull. They are good as long as you set the rope a little lower, take an underhand grip, and externally rotate your shoulders as you pull, like a rear double bicep pose. But the problem is that they work your upper traps as well, and your upper traps might become the limiting factor. So this isn't ideal. As long as you focus on sweeping the cables back on the reverse cable crossover instead of just yanking them back, you'll feel a massive connection in your rear delts. Cable lateral raise is the best exercise to grow your lacking side delts. The reverse cable crossover is the best to build your rear delts, and the machine shoulder press is the best to build your front delts. And number 5, chest. Most people are lacking the upper chest compared to the lower chest. Do exercises that works your chest in an incline position. That's where you're gonna grow your upper chest. The most popular exercises is incline bench press. This is a standard because it emphasizes the upper chest, but it also hits the middle and lower chest the same as a flat bench. Hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Always remember, retract your shoulder blades and push straight up. The problem with incline bench press is that it's not the most stable exercise and it takes a while to load up, but the machine chest press is the better exercise because you will be more locked in since you're using a machine. That'll give you a better mind-muscle connection, which will lead to a bigger pump. They're easier to overload and they're way safer to push to failure. Assuming you have a chest press machine, this is the best exercise to grow your lacking chest. Another common exercise are dips. You'll get a deep chest stretch. They're very easy to overload. Grab a weight belt and you can increase the weight week by week. You can even do assisted dips. But the problem with dips is that a lot of people say it hurts their shoulders, but you can easily fix this by tucking in your elbows and leaning slightly forward. That'll take the tension from your shoulders and put it in your chest. Next are cable flies or crossovers. People do this exercise because you get a deep stretch in your chest and they feel even and smooth. But the problem is that as you get stronger, the weight stack starts to pull you back. But if you do the seated cable fly, you'll get way more stable and you won't lose tension trying to balance the weight stack. As you go down, bend your elbows, but as you're coming back up, you have a hugging motion like you're hugging a bear. The best exercise to grow your upper chest would be incline bench press, but the second exercise to grow your chest is the machine chest press. If you need help implementing these tips and tricks, just click the link in the description and I can give you instructions on how to grow your specific lacking body parts. Like the video and let me know what you want me to do next.